Hey man, it's me at Bender's Automotive. I'm back to give you some really quick maintenance tips on your car. The most basic thing that we've talked about before is when you're at the gas station waiting for your car to fill up, check your oil, man. The dipstick's right here. On a lot of cars it's going to be yellow. It's not always yellow, some older cars and stuff, but it's really not hard to find because it's going to be in a really obvious location. Although this was probably not the best example because the transmission dipstick on this truck is also yellow. However, in this case, it says transmission fluid on the top of it. So, anyways, you're looking for the one. Sometimes it says oil, sometimes it doesn't. It's almost always yellow. So what we're going to do is pull this guy all the way out. If you keep rags in the car, great. I keep a roll of paper towels behind the seat because, like somebody mentioned on one of the past videos, they're like, bro, what gas station are you going to where there's actually towels in the dispenser? I'm like, that's a really good point. They're almost always empty. That's why I keep a roll of paper towels in my truck. But anyways, this is what the end of it looks like. So the first thing you want to do is just clean it off so that we can get an accurate reading. Fish it back in there, and then make sure you push this thing all the way to the bottom. When I was a kid, I didn't know that. I'd push it to like here, and I'd be like, oh, my oil's always low. So push it until it doesn't go any farther, pull it back out, and then we're just going to read the dipstick, and as we can see, it's all the way up to the max line there. So in the case that it looks like let's say you pull it out, and it might look like that, and so it's down at the bottom. That's not the end of the world. It just means you're a quart low. So the dipstick generally measures 1 quart. So if it's at the bottom, or rather, don't add an entire quart until it's at the bottom. You know, if it's just like barely down from the top, it's fine. If it's in between the marks, it's fine. Second thing, while you're up here, if you want to get a little bit more complicated, is checking your transmission level. I do recommend doing this too. It's not one of those ones you need to do every fill up necessarily, but it is something that you want to pay attention to because if your transmission fluid gets low, it probably means that you have a leak somewhere, and that's something that you want to address. Now, on this particular truck, the dipstick says right here on the end of it, trans fluid, mainly because this one's the same color as that. Most cars this is going to be red. Most cars it's going to like have a little guy that flips up that latches it down, and most cars it's also going to have a symbol on the top of it, like a transmission symbol or a fluid symbol or something like that. It's also generally closer to the firewall back here. Transmission fluid, unlike oil in an automatic transmission, you want the car to be running when you're checking it.